All right. Thank you, Hasno, and thank you everyone for joining in, and welcome back again to all the members. And we have a couple of guests tonight, and welcome to Elite Toastmaster Club. My name is Suwan, and I am your Zoom master of the day. And before I get started, just a couple of house rules. First, if you are able to, just turn on your webcam so that we know you are there. It's not someone else. And do stay muted unless it's your turn to speak or you really want to speak. And the third one, please prepare some glass of water because our club culture is always we will have a toast where we get together. It's like a Chinese version of Yam Seng, but somebody will be talking before the Yam Seng. And we will be recording this meeting, and just for our internal usage, it's not going to be on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. Don't worry on that. It's just for our internal quality control and for our members to review. And with that, I would like to call our meeting to order. Boom. Thank you. And yeah, you can clap. Yes, you can clap. Yeah. Yes, I can see you. And I would like to pass the stage to our president for his opening speech. And please welcome on virtual stage our president, Suwan, which is myself. Good, great. Yeah, I will be the president. No, I will be the president for this term. And just before I started, the today theme is no grit, no pearl. I don't actually understand what is grit until I ask Ming Yan, then I understand what is grit. But before I get started, I'm just surprised to see today's date. If you look at today's date, 11.11. Okay, there's two meaning behind that. Okay, the first one obviously is the online shopping day. And the next one, I would say we are coming almost to an end of this year. And if you look at the pandemic situations in Malaysia, is getting way better from few months ago. And from today's team, the first person that I have thought of and I would like to give a very big shout out is Aruna. She's not joining us tonight, but Aruna, if you don't know, Aruna is working at Sungai Buloh. So one of the critical hospital that battling COVID. And she's been working there ever since the COVID started. And I think the last training sections that I have a chance to speak with her, and she couldn't find a word to describe her past 2 years. I only can imagine what she has been through. And looking at today's date and looking at our pandemic situations, and I not only want to give a big shout out to Aruna, and I would also want to give a very big salute to all the frontliner, to Aruna, that able to give their all in the midst of all this pandemic and manage to come down and manage to allow us to have some new normal or some physical meetup for now. So let's give, I'm not sure how you want to give a salute. For me, it's like that. Just give our big salute to all the frontliner. Salute. Thank you. And next person that I would like to shout out is Iceland. You know, Iceland, yep, Iceland is here. Iceland is our magician. I know he loves stage, and recently he been traveled to Dubai, and I can see the happiness in his face again. Right, Iceland, able to perform again on stage. Good, good, good. And just before he went to Dubai, he just texted me, oh, Suwan, I want to join this Saturday international speech and evaluation. I say, you really? You so packed up this week. But once he touched down, he's like, yes, I want to join. And even he showed up today as a timer. Let's give a big round of applause for Iceland. Yay. And next person I would like to give a shout out is Ming Yan. And Ming Yan texted me, Suwan, I need to do surgery. I said, why? You want to become like Korean? He said, no, I have some surgery on the tongue to have some saliva block and just minor surgery. And because of that, he couldn't participate in this Saturday international speech, but he said, I will try to participate in evaluations. And that shows the dedication and commitment of our Vice President Education, Ming Yan. Let's give him a big round of applause. Yay. And perhaps the last person that I wanted to shout out is Vanessa. I'm pretty sure she will be in a moment, but you might not knowing it, but Vanessa has joined our mentor team in order to develop and in order to elevate and to empower members in this journey of Toastmasters. And of course, it's one of our priority to have more successor and have our visions to continue to be the club that build vibrant and articulate leader. And Vanessa, I think she will be joining in a moment. Good job. And on that note, maybe I would like to invite some of the guests to just introduce yourself. How did you find us? And perhaps what do you hope to see in this meeting? Let's start it off with Arifa. Arifa just turned on her webcam at the moment she joined in. That's good. I can see you, Arifa. Hi, Arifa. Would like to share with us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Arifa. My name is Arifa, and then how I found Toastmaster is I Google it. Back 2 years ago, there's a person told me that if I want to improve my confidence, my English, my leadership skill, I should join Toastmaster, and I left it there in my mind, back in my mind, and then suddenly, due to I don't know why, I just Google it, and the closest location to my house is Elite Toastmaster. So I just text the person. I forgot who is her. Yeah, but she unable to attend it. Yeah, and then yeah, that's about it.
Thank you, Arifa. Hope you enjoy our meeting today. And our motto is always have fun and learn at the same time. And next we have James. Hi, James.
Hello. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me here. So my story is that I kind of just looking for a platform to have some opportunity to do some speaking because I really wanted to improve that part of my skills, and learn how to be a better communicator. Because I want to be a better leader as well. Yeah, so I just I've heard about Toastmasters from certain books I've read and through online videos or something like that, and I just decided one day to just search it up, and then yeah, somehow I found is it Ashley's number on the website, I think, and then I texted
Ashley.
her, and then she invited me in here. So yeah, happy to be here, and yeah, glad to meet all you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming in, James. Yep, we are here to learn and to better ourselves in terms of communications and leadership. You are spot on that. And we have Matthew. Matthew just joined us this month. He has been dropping by for a few times and just scouting and join a couple of table topics. Maybe you can join later on. It's an impromptu sessions and you will find it rather interesting. And I think that's all for the guests. Oh, I have four forums. Are you guests? You are not guests, right? Yeah, Oli. Okay, all right. No problem. Yes, I was about to call you, Oli, for the toast. Next, I will pass the stage to Oli to give us the toast. Just be ready of your glass of water or any drinks that you prefer. We will Yam Sing. Over to you.
Thank you, Suwan. May I have everyone to just prepare a glass of water by the side? And yep, a very good evening to all fellow Toastmasters and guests. Now, before I even begin, I would like to pose a question to all of you. Have you ever wondered why each and every one of us is here tonight, right at this hour? Now, I can see some are clothes in working attire. Some are probably at house, setting aside some times from family commitments. Now, as for myself, if you can see, I'm well dressed. I'm actually committed in physical events, but I just excuse myself for a short time just to be with you all. And with this, I believe that it is very closely relates to our theme today: no greed, no pearl. Now, if you have not already known, I am myself surprised by the fact that pearl itself are indeed unnatural. Yes, you heard right, unnatural. Some might have already known it, but it was very new to me. So how a pearl is formed? It all started with a sand, a small sand that got stuck into a typical shell, and through pain, through irritants, through preservants, what they do is that they build a layer and layer upon this coating and turn it into a lustrous pearl. So without a sand, it would just be an oyster or a clam that you just eat. It won't just be a precious pearl. Now, these proverbs delivers the same idea. Many other proverbs deliver the same ideas. For those who wear diamonds, no pressure, no diamonds. For those who work out, probably no pain, no gain. Now, we all require in life some obstacles, and obstacles fuels our passion. And through persistence, we achieve something great. With this, I would like to propose a toast to all fellow Toastmasters and guests attending for the courage to take on the obstacle before us, to reach for the stars, to shine bright among the darker skies. May I request all of you to hold high your cup to a better version of ourselves.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, Ollie.
Back to you,
Yes.
Suwan. Thank you.
Next time, if I'm interested in Ollie, I will say no Ollie, no me. Can okay. And thanks for joining in despite you have some other meeting, and thanks for that encouraging toast. No pain, no gain, no greed, no pearl. And next, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite our host, our Toastmaster of the evening, aka our MC of tonight. These particular members, the first time I listened to his speech is like, bro, stop talking Vietnamese. That's how bad. That's my own personal opinion. But over the year, I think it's just in the matter of a couple of years before the pandemic, coming back after the pandemic, I know he always make people laugh, and that's why we love to hear him speak. If you are here, just help me to spam in the group for anyone that's not joining this meeting yet. Mingwu is gonna start his joke. Just help me to write in the WhatsApp group chat, and please join now.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, now over to you, Mingwu. And yeah, I haven't finished. Mingyu over the year, he has accent. Sorry, he has the, even though it's humor, but so many life stories, so many lessons in his humor. You'll find he's such a fascinating person. Over to you, Mingwu, to bring us through tonight's meeting.
Okay, thank you, Suwan. Good evening, everyone. It's great to see all of you here today. Every time I see you guys, I feel very happy, because every time I see you guys, I know that the day after will be a Friday. And on a Friday is the day that I can eat KFC. So you might be wondering, why KFC, why Friday? It all comes down to the history of KFC. Do you know that the recipe of KFC was discovered on a Friday? That's why the name is KFC. It stands for Kentucky Fried Chickens. That's why you can only eat KFC on Friday. And then I know a lot of you now violating this rule by eating KFC every day. Okay, before we start, let me introduce myself. My name is Ming. I will be your Toastmaster of the evenings. And let me start with the theme of the meeting today. So every meeting, every Toastmaster meetings will have its own theme. And today is no difference. It is no grit, no pearl. By now, I think that all of you already know how pearl is formed. So when I look at the theme for the first time and when I glanced at it, I was thinking, who came up with this quote? Such a nonsense quote. Then I realized it's my mistake. At first, I thought the pearl is the one that inside the milk tea. I know a lot of girls here probably might be having the same thought like myself, but you don't dare to admit it. Then I realized it's not the pearl in the milk tea, it's the pearl, the beautiful one that all the ladies want. Then I realized it's how beautiful the quote is. It's dawned on me that the grit, like just now, only explained the grit, the small piece of sand and stone, represent for the challenging time we all face as human beings, such as COVID-19. No one can deny how painful, how irritating it is. But more often than not, when you look back, you will see the growth as the result of yourself developing the ability to cope with hardship. And then you come out of these situations as a better version of yourself, just like how the pearl is formed. The real pearl, not the one in the milk tea, okay? And if you read the book Grit by Angela Duckworth, grit has different meanings. Grit is the byproduct of patience and perseverance. It is, the perseverance is like how the pearl is formed not in 1 or 2 days or 1 or 2 weeks. It takes a long time. Can be as long as 4 years. It is all perseverance is all about. So kudos to Ming Yan to come up with the theme for today. If it is you. Yeah. And for the benefit of the guests, let me ask you a question. What were you all doing in 1924? Nothing, right? Nothing,
Sleeping.
right? Yeah, nothing, right? Yeah. So in 1924, when you did nothing, and then you didn't know what to do with your life, there was a guy. His name is Ramsey Smedley. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. He wanted to help people in the community to learn and communicate how to speak effectively and clearly. That's why he started Toastmaster. Brilliant, right? I'm sure that if he had been born in 20th century, he could have been a founder of very hot startup named Toastmaster. But unfortunately, he was born too early. Regardless, he left a legacy with more than 16,000 clubs in more than 143 countries as of now, and Elite Toastmaster Club that you are the member of, or as you are as the guest visiting, proudly to be part of the legacy. Why the visions of Toastmaster is where leaders are made. We, Elite Toastmaster, we have our own vision too. And anyone can tell me what is the visions of our club. If you forget, next term your membership fee will be increased by 20%. I guess it is how we keep our financial health healthy. Yeah, anyone can tell me, anyone can unmute and tell me what is the vision of our club? Yes, to building articulate and vibrant leaders. And that is the vision of Elite Toastmaster Club. And we also have our tagline. We expect more to express our standard of qualities for these clubs. This is all you need to know about the history of Toastmaster. And also for the benefit of the guests, the Toastmaster meeting is divided into 3 sections. The first sections will be the table topic. If you don't have time or if you are lazy to exercise during the MCO, just come and participate in our table topic. I'm sure that your heart will be in a good conditions. Have a table topic, have a good life. And after that, we will start with sessions number 2, in which our member will have time to prepare the speech in advance and deliver it to us in these meetings. Then the speech will be evaluated in the sections number 3, where our speaker will get the feedback on how they can improve. What is the point of improvements so they can become a better speaker? And now there's no Toastmaster meetings goes on without the role. Then let me introduce to you the role for tonight. First, let's welcome our grammarians, Juliana. Hi, Juliana. Can you tell us about your role?
Hi, Minvu. Thank you. Very, very entertaining start to our meeting today. Hello, I am Jules. As a grammarian today, I'm responsible for introducing the word of the day. And the word of the day today is lenient. Can we just all unmute and say this word, lenient?
Lenient.
Nice.
Lenient.
Thank you. So the meaning of lenient means not as severe or strong in punishment or judgment as would be expected. Example of usage would be when it comes to growing up, we are all split into 2 camps. Those with lenient parents and those with strict parents. That means lenient means the parents who don't come and chase us around the house and beating us with selipa and rotan and all that. And those with strict parents who are, you know, they are the ones who actually go around chasing us around the house. So this is the word. Now, as your grammarian today, I will record the participants who properly use the word of the day. And I also comment on the use of English language throughout the course of our meeting, including any outstanding use of it. So I'm the grammar police today. I'll also be watching for the 7 sins of grammar, which include using double negative, double comparison such as smarter, extra words, incorrect verb tense, confused adjectives and adverbs, inappropriate pronoun use, and disagreement of subject and verb. That's all from me. Back to you, Mindu.
Thank you, Juliana. Secondly, let me introduce to our counter, Matthew Lee. Then, Matthew, can you brief us a bit about what our counter does?
Okay, so as our counter, I will be listening very carefully for the use of the vocal pauses and crush words such as or, you know. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase such as I, or this means. This is known as double clutch. I will keep track of everyone and report at the end of the meeting on who best control their use of filler words. Back to you, Minggu.
Thank you, Matthew. And last but not least, we have our one and only Aislon as our timer for today. And hi, Aislon, can you brief us a bit about your role?
Hi everyone, so my role is timer and my job is to time every speakers and to give them a feedback on their time and record their time at the end of the meeting. Thank you so much and back to you, Minwoo.
All right, thank you everyone. So let's start with our first sessions for today. which is the table topic sessions. And let me bring you to our table topic master, EJ. And I have some tip for you. Our table topic master is very good at picking who is in fear and who is scared. So my tip for you is look straight, smile, and pray, hoping that you are not the one who being picked. Okay, bye to you, EJ.
Thank you, Minbo. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our table topic session. And as Minbo said, this is a session where we train to have a good heart and have a good life. Okay, don't worry, I'm not as bad as Minion said. I think I'm much more lenient than that. And this is a session where we will have volunteers. The volunteers can be either members or even guests, anyone. This session is open to everyone on the floor. And when you volunteer yourself, you'll be getting one random question from me in which you are challenged to speak on that topic or around that topic for around 2 minutes. Now, for the timing for this session, each volunteer or each speaker will have a timing of 2 minutes for each of their attempt. And at the 1 minute mark, you will see a green light from our timer. Isolon, please. Yes, a green light as shown as Isolon's background. Yes. And then at the 1 minute and 30th mark, you'll see an amber light from Isolon's screen. And then at the 2 minute mark, you'll see a red light from our timer, Isolon's screen. And at the 2 minute and 30 seconds mark, I will be stepping in to help you to clean up and finish up your speech. And you'll see that very cute meme behind Isolon as well. So that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, the floor is now open for volunteers. Anyone would like to volunteer yourself to be our table topic, our first table topic speaker tonight? Anyone? No volunteers? If no volunteers, then I will be less lenient. Then I will start to pick people based on your fears. I can see the fears from your faces. Yes, pray. All right. Then I will start to pick our first volunteer, which is not volunteered by himself, but I will pick that first speaker. Our first speaker would be one of our evaluators for tonight, Leonard. Leonard, are you ready to take up this first table topic?
Okay, go. I'm ready.
That's good, that's good. All right. Pick a number from 1 to 9.
I'll pick my lucky number 8.
All right. Lucky number 8. Leonard, your topic is, sometimes you have to be a lion so you can be the lamb you really are. Sometimes you have to be a lion so you can be the lamb you really are. Toastmaster Leonard, over to you.
Sometimes you have to, thank you, table topics, EJ, Toastmaster EJ. Sometimes you have to be a lion so that you can be a lamb that you really are. It's a good question. So I think sometimes in life, we have to, in order to achieve something, sometimes we have to be a lion in the sense that we have to sacrifice some other people's interests in order to achieve our goals. However, sorry, let me build up my thoughts. Actually, to be honest, I don't really have an idea what this means, but my rough take is that sometimes we have to we have to be a lion in the sense that we have to be more no, sorry, I can't answer this. Sorry, back to the table topics master of the night. Sorry. It's actually a very good question.
Yeah, thank you, Leonard. Thank you very much for that brave attempt at this topic. Yes, I agree. This is one of the hardest topic that I have on the list, and it is indeed quite a lucky number for you. So it can be interpreted in many ways, but yeah, sometimes you just have to go with the flow. And it's all right. Everyone, don't be scared about this topic. You can just relax, calm yourself down, and whatever that comes to your mind, just go with the flow. So our second volunteer, yes, this is a real volunteer, is Chen Chun. Chen Chun, I would like you to pick a number from 1 to 9.
6.
Okay,
6.
number 6. Sell the problem you solve, not the product. Sell the problem you solve, not the product. Distinguished Toastmaster Chen Chun, over to you.
Well, thank you very much for that particular topic. And a lot of times we see this topic as a sales type of script, right? Like a sales, like you don't sell the product, but you sell the problem that you solve, or don't sell the stick, but sell the sizzle. But I want to take this approach from a different angle, right? I'm looking into personal branding. I think personal branding is so important because people don't buy a Toastmasters club, right? People don't buy a iPhone, or people don't buy a product, but people tend to gravitate towards a personality within the product, which is why it's so much more important for us to sell ourselves when we solve a particular product, right? And that is a reason why I'm so happy to see, I'm sure a lot of guests here probably something resonated with them that make them want to come to our club, but not another club, maybe because somebody posted a Facebook post that resonates with you, that kind of feel that it can potentially solve a problem that you have, and which is why you end up here. So if I could summarize these table topics into my perspective, it is really not about the product. It is, don't be too caught up with what is the best Toastmasters Club or what is the best phone, but find a product that gravitates towards you, that solves the problem that you have. Because at the end of the day, people buy brand, but people don't buy the product. So that is my take on that particular topic. So back to you.
Thank you. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster, that great attempt at this topic. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we can take a pause to let the thoughts really sink in before we start the topic. This will help us to gather our thoughts to speak better on this. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, can we have our third speaker for today, which is James. James, can you hear me?
Hello. Hi. Yeah.
Hi. All right, James. Yes, great to have you up on the stage. Pick a number from 1 to 7.
2.
Number 2. All right. The best view comes after the hardest climb. The best view comes after the hardest climb. James, over to you.
The best view comes after the hardest climb. I think this is trying to maybe lead towards maybe talking about a little bit about the challenges of life, maybe, or that's where I would gravitate towards. And actually, I'm in the industry of dealing with people and humans, and I really am intrigued about what it takes to become successful, and that's actually kind of what I work with people to do. And to me, I think that life is a struggle at times, but if we have kind of a clear purpose and we work towards that, and we're willing to go through the pains and the struggles, and I think at the end of it all, it will be all worth it. And yeah, I think based on the topic, yeah, I'd say life is beautiful, and fight through all the pains and the struggles to really strive for our dreams. That's my take on that. Thank you.
All right, thank you, James. Thank you. James is one of our guests today, and that was a great attempt at the topic, which is never easy. It's never an easy top. It's never easy to just step up and take on a topic and speak about it such a way. And good, kudos to you on doing that, ladies and gentlemen. Our next speaker, our next volunteer is KJ. All right, KJ, are you ready?
Yes.
Pick a number from 1 to 6. Yes. 1
1.
to 6. Wow, 1. All right. The easy path is not always the right path. The easy path is not always the right path. KJ, over to you.
Five years ago, when I joined Toastmasters, I have received a little manual. It's called the Competence Communicator. And there is a lot of different things that they teach you in Toastmasters. They teach you how to see people. They teach you how to say something. They teach you how to move, how to do this, how to do that. They teach you how to simply think something and simply speak at the moment. And a lot more. They even teach you how to craft whatever you don't know what to say into passage and into your sentence. And that is what we call the structure. Now, if you receive a Competence Communicator manual, you can either go through the easy way by just completing it without proper planning. You just go and give speech and receive feedback. You still learn something though, because when you do it, you learn. But what is hard is every time before I give a speech, my heart pumps very fast. I spend time prepare a speech and I want it to be good. And every time when they say vote for the best speaker, I vote for myself. And when they announce for the best speaker, my name is not there. So all this thing is the hard time that they give you. And if you are serious, if you choose the hard path, you will eventually learn more comparing to just pass up your homework. True enough. And ladies and gentlemen, if you ask me, easy path or hard path is the path for me, I'll say both also not my path. I choose pathway. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, KJ. A great attempt at this topic. And with that, our next volunteer, Juliana. Right, Juliana, are you ready? Juliana, we can't hear you.
Take your time. Okay, can. Yes.
Yes, pick a number 1 to 5.
4.
4. All right. It's good to be blessed, but it's better to be a blessing. It's good to be blessed, but it's better to be a blessing. Juliana, over to you.
Thank you, EJ. Have you ever been in a situation where you realize the more you give, the more you receive? Right? It's always what you give out to the universe that comes back to you in multifolds. And I've personally experienced this in the past 2 years of COVID situation. No matter how, no matter what, we just try to help with whatever little that we have. We try to bless others, and we realize that we get blessings in return. So it's amazing, right? It's like just pouring out money outside there, and suddenly you realize money comes back to you in like multifold. It's amazing. It's miraculous. I'm not sure how to explain this, but it's probably the law of attraction, if you may call it. I don't know. There's so many names and analogies that you can think about it, but really, it's indeed a blessing to bless, right? Instead of just being blessed ourselves, when we give more, we get back in return. And it's usually in multiples. So there you go. Give and you will receive. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you. Thank you, Juliana. At a wonderful attempt at the topic. Can I check with our timer, iSloan, if we have time for another volunteer?
Not really. Yep.
Not really.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Aislo. So, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, due to the time we are currently, we won't want to be behind a schedule. So we'll keep that in mind. And I would like to call an end to our table topic session for tonight. Thank you for all the volunteers. And for those who didn't volunteer, or get yourself ready for our next elites meeting. So with that, I'd like to pass over to our Toastmaster of the evening for the voting sessions and the remaining of our meeting. Over to you, Minvu.
Okay, thank you, EJ. Kudos to all the brave lions who volunteer or got picked in the table topic sections. Now you can go back to being a lamb. Next time, every time we see EJ as a table topic master, it means we should pray harder. Now, let's vote for the table topic speakers. Who you think the best? Is it voting or yeah?
Yep, it will be launched in now. Okay. Okay, I'll be ending the poll now. Ending the poll in 3, 2, 1.
All right. Thank you everyone for casting your vote. Now, let's hear the feedback from our table topic evaluator, Vance.
Thank you, Minvu. Okay, so before I start my evaluation, I have to apologize if I suddenly cough when I talk, because I really have a bad cough right now. But I'll try my best to control not to cough. Okay, so for the first table topic is Leonard. Okay, Leonard, first I want to congrats for your encouragement, even though that like the topic today, no grind, no purr, and you have the grind. So I know this question is kind of like a bit hard, even when EJ say this topic, my mind was blank also. I also don't know what to say. And is the strength in the table topic is you have a good question in the opening. You ask question when you start talking. And my advice is I suggest you to pause before you talk. Like what KJ did just now. KJ was like pause like for like 10 seconds and then he talked. And this will help you to reduce your nervousness, because this topic was a bit deep and it was like unknown. So in a way, it's normal to get nervous. So overall, it's good and keep going. So the next one is Chen Chun. Okay, Chen Chun topic is sell the problem you solve, not the product. And overall, I love how Chen Chun start the topic, because Chen Chun relate the sales to the personal branding. I was like shocked, like how can you relate the sales to the personal branding in a way, but in a smooth way, you know? So, and Chen Chun also used Toastmaster as an example, and all of us understand what Chen Chun talking about. And in a way, I feel connected as an audience when Chen Chun give this kind of example. And overall, I have no comment on Chen Chun. And the third one is James. And welcome to Toastmaster. I think this is your first time give a speech in Toastmaster. I want to congratulate you first. And you also have a good courage, like what the topic today. And I can see that you're a very wise person because you read a lot of book, and the content and the advice you gave is very wise. And overall it's very good. It's just some part you have to improve is your structure. It's like, I know you have a lot of things you want to say in your mind, just that you don't know which to talk about. Maybe you can choose the one most important topic and you talk deep about it. And overall it's very good. So the next one is KJ. KJ, like I just now say, KJ did a very good job. Is he paused before he talked, and we all should learn from that. I mean, that is very, very good tips, you know, every time when we talk. So we won't talk sometimes, so we won't talk something that we don't know what we're talking. I don't know what I'm talking in a way. So KJ start the topic with a storytelling. You know, like some people, they will like ask question, but KJ is different. KJ will start with storytelling. Also, similar as Chen Chun will use Toastmaster as an example, and we all feel connected into the example. And he also add a sense of humor, so make the speech more interesting and more natural, not too serious in a way. And the best part I like is your ending. It's like you will throw a question to all of us, like you say, if you ask me, you will go to easy or hard, I will choose the pathway. It's like, this is a very cool ending for me. And the last one is Juliana. And the topic is good to be blessed is better to be blessing. And Juliana will throw a question in the beginning, and it start with the more you give, the more you receive, which is I totally agree with it. It's a very good phrase. And you gave the example, a very simple example that all of us understand, that you say you pour the money out and the multiple money will come in, sounds like a very good investment. So, I mean, we all easily get related to your speech in a way. And at the ending, you say, give what you, always give and you will receive. And that's the very good ending that you relate back to the topic and the opening. And yeah, so that's my evaluation for table topic. Good job, everyone. Thank you. Back to you, Mibu.
Thank you, Vince. So now we proceed to the group photos, right? Yep. Right. Let's take the group photos.
All right, let's turn on our webcam. I'm not sure Yi able to. Yi, you just join us? All right. Yi, you want to be in the photo or not? I give you 5 seconds. 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say cheese. All right, let me capture that. Can we take one more? And this time I want you to be yourself, whatever that definition is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. All right. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Suwan. So let's take a short break. How long do we have for break, Iceland?
All right, I think we will have around 3 minutes.
Okay, okay, everyone, let's take a 3 minutes break and we come back at 8:54.
Yes, correct.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope you have a nice break sessions, and I hope our guest has been enjoying yourself till now. And next we'll go into the next sessions, and I will to pass the control back to our ever funny Ming. Over to you.
Hey, hi guys. Finally, it's time for our main program of the meetings, the prepared speech. Today we will have 3 brave lions who will be delivering their speech. for us today. Speaker number one will be doing the projects. Let me see. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Speaker number one will be delivering pathway project number 1, level 5 from the innovative planning. The name of the speech is Intech 2022, Growing Professionally Together. Please give the warm welcome to Mark. But before that, let me invite his evaluator, Rachel, to read the speech objective.
Thank you, Toastmaster Minggu. Mark, the purpose of this project is for you to apply your leadership and planning knowledge to develop a project plan, organize a guidance committee, and implement your plan with the help of a team. The purpose of the first speech, which is this particular speech, is for you to introduce your plan and vision. Back to you, Minggu.
Thank you. Mark, Intech 2022, Growing Professionally Together. Growing Professionally Together, Mark. Please welcome Mark.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In the current pandemic, it is very difficult for businesses and people to grow. And we are faced with a different economic, financial, and educational landscape. So today's presentation will examine the changing economic, financial, and educational landscape, as well as new ways for growing professionally together. Hi, my name is Mark. And today I'll be sharing a presentation with the title, Growing Professionally Together. We are faced with current economic issues such as rising business confidence, subdued employment activity, cash flow challenges, and a changing business environment. Business sentiment among small and medium enterprises have improved in the third quarter of 2021, but businesses are not out of the woods yet, because they are facing the lingering effects of the pandemic and emerging challenges. Sales and profitability are increasing, but most firms are not ready to hire or expand capacity. 76% of firms may have cash flow challenges. However, companies cannot afford to stay idle, as we are expecting substantial change in the business environment. The Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership will enter into force on January 1st, 2022. And RCEP will deliver significant opportunities, lower trade barriers, and secure improved market access. The implications are very clear. We must prepare for expansion, expect increased competition, and therefore we must improve our ability to compete. To do so, we must have English, the international language of business. Businesses are most likely to be hesitant about upskilling and reskilling due to cash flow challenges. But the Malaysian government has allocated 1.1 billion ringgit in the recent budget for various upskilling and reskilling programs. They have also provided income tax relief for upskilling and self-enhancement course fees. HRD Corp is providing grants through HRD Corp claimable courses. And SOCSO also provides employment incentives and training incentives, enabling businesses to build their cash buffers, expand their product offerings, and build operational capacity. As an educational provider, our vision is to provide holistic education that contributes towards the positive development of our stakeholders. We are committed to provide empowering education that contributes to people's growth, and that education is relevant to changing times, delivered with wisdom, compassion, and integrity. To achieve this, I'm launching a project plan with the title 2022 Intake, Growing Professionally Together. The purpose of this project is to launch professional courses on communications, English literacy, and English certification. Now, we have a wide range of resources to achieve this, including academic material and marketing material. We have also developed our academic calendar for 2022, having English courses on Mondays and Wednesdays, IELTS academic preparation course on Tuesdays and Fridays, and communication courses on Saturdays and Sundays. To achieve this plan, a budget has been developed with various cost elements such as variable costs, marketing costs, and fixed costs, involving academic material, copywriting, search engine marketing, social media marketing, and administrative expenses. The key deliverables for this project would be academic courses such as English communication, English literacy, and IELTS certification preparation course. For marketing deliverables, is also involving the delivery of articles on business, communications, English, and IELTS. With a collaboration with a National Business Association, we will also be developing a memorandum of understanding together with a press release to be shared with the media eventually. I set our milestones to build public awareness and interest on the importance of reskilling, raise interest in the Academy's social media platform, raise course inquiries, register students for courses, and meet teaching standards when conducting courses. In conclusion, we can succeed in the changing economic, financial, and educational landscape through education. There are financial and educational resources to support your growth. Quoting Warren Buffett, the most important investment you can make is in yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's grow together. Back to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
I wanted to say thank you for your wonderful speech. But at that milliseconds, I remember Cheng Chun, he said that he hates when the TME say thank you. So I hold my horse because Cheng Chun is in this meeting. So I'm afraid later he will cry. Mark, this is my first time listening to your speech, and I'm impressed with how professional your speech is. I am sure that you are on the right path to become an outstanding speaker. And for the second speaker for today, speaker number 2, who will be doing, not sure what the speech, I'm not sure what the project's number and the level, but the speech title is what does 1111 means? And before that, I would like to invite her evaluator, Leonard, to read the speech objective.
Thank you, TME Minwoo. So basically, Toastmasters Vanessa's speech today is to present a well-organized and well-supported speech on any topic. So back to Toastmaster Vanessa.
Minggu, we can't hear you.
Sorry, a little bit technical issue. So what does 11 means, Vanessa? Please welcome Vanessa.
Thank you, Mingwu, for the wonderful introductions. Fellow Toastmaster and guests, just like my title, what does 11:11 mean to you? So anyone here want to share your thoughts? Like just one liner, would you can unmute yourself?
Shopping.
Easy packing.
Countdown to water.
Anyone else? All right. Now, imagine you're in a really quiet room and the clock is ticking. And you now glance at the clock and it shows 11:11. And a friend said, that's an angel number. Now you might be wondering why and how to tap into this powerful day, which is today. So November 11th is a significant date. And today I'm going to share my 2 cents on 2 things. Firstly is what does 11:11 mean? And secondly, what do you do when you see 11:11? So what does 11:11 mean? So 11:11 is, besides the shopping spree you guys are doing today, it is considered a master number in numerology. So it's an angel number where your spirits guides may be contacting you. So it is not in a way like, hey Leonard, how are you doing? That sort of way, but more like a confirmations that you are on the right path. So of course, when you see 11:11 on the clock, it can also show up in the most mundane of places. So maybe you will see it on a license plate, or your next purchase will ring up as ringgit 11:11, or maybe you will hit a pause on video and it shows right at 11:11. So whenever you see it, you can rest assured knowing that you are headed on the right path of spiritual growth and manifesting your intentions. So speaking of manifesting, 11:11 also means that you are a powerful manifester. So the number 11 is a potent catalyst. So be sure to pay close attention to your thoughts, especially when you see repeating once on November 11, because it is quite possible that just through the power of intentions, you can make certain things happen. So there's this one time I wanted ice cream, and an ice cream truck just happened to drive by. And when I look at my watch, boom, magic. And guess what's the time? Yes, 11:11. Now, let us dive into another stories that I would love to share today. And that is the book called The Secret. So this is a book that made me realize that we have immense potentials within us. And that is if we focus, believe, and take inspired actions, we will fulfill our dream and wishes. So as I read The Secrets, I started my own research on the law of attractions and what I can do to make my dreams come true. So once I started my journey of self-realizations, I become more aware of myself and my surroundings. I also started learning about the concept of angel numbers, 11:11. So I started seeing the number 11:11 everywhere after I take notice of it. On the clock, on TV, on pages of my work. Whenever I saw the number 1111 on my phone, I mentally start saying yes, yes, yes. I have manifested all my dreams. So now I come to the second part of my speech. What do you do when you see 1111? So the first thing is to be mindful of your thoughts. So as mentioned before, November 11 is a prime manifestations time. So don't dwell on what could go wrong. Instead, look forward to the possibilities you're excited about and do so with non-attachment to the outcome. So if it doesn't work, chances are the universe has something even better waiting for you. So secondly, be open and receptive. Life is full of opportunity for growth. So through all your hardships and celebrations, be open to what this opportunity may have for you. So make all these teachable moments for you. So here are some of my final thoughts on this 1111. So is there really a hidden meaning in the 1111 time code? Or is that our desire to find meaning in patterns? So none of us can know for sure. I say, enjoy 1111 for whatever it means to you. You can get the urge to make a wish, then make a wish. If you feel the urge to do shopping, then go for it. Just buy and clear your shopping cart. So if you think it's a sign from the universe that life is on track, say thank you. So if 1111 is nothing more than a digits on clock for you, then I hope at the very least you are running on time. A very happy 11s to all of you. Thank you.
Hey, Vanessa, when I saw your speech title, I was like 1111 again. My wife has kept talking about 1111 for the past 2 weeks. So I was like really tired when I see these numbers. But when I listen to your speech, it's not about shopping at all. Instead, it's beautiful and excited, just like the headphone I bought last night on 1111 promotions. So now speaker number 3 is who will be doing his distinguished Toastmaster projects. The name of the speech is A Damn Good Speech. Please give a warm welcome to KJ. But before that, let me invite his evaluator, Cheng Chun, to read the speech objective.
Thank you very much, Vinvu. Now, for the benefit of the guests, just to give some context of this particular speech. So what happens is this is a final speech, KJ's speech to get his DTM, which is the highest achievable ranking in Toastmasters. And so he has done an activity, and this time he wants to give a kind of like a speech about what he has done, right? So this is his speech, and the purpose statement is for him to demonstrate his or her skill as a leader and a public speaker. And the purpose of this second speech is for him to share some aspect of his experience of completing the project. So with this, all the best, KJ, and back to you, Minggu.
Yep. A damn good speech. KJ, a damn good speech. Enjoy.
I know you may want to off the time. Yeah, I suppose you might want to reset your channel. Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. When you have Cheng Chun to be your mentor, he always asks for a damn good speech. When I want to do my CC10 speech, when I'm about to give my first virtual speech, and also my completion of my pathway speech, he always says, "Hey, KJ, give a damn good speech. And of course, before today's meeting, he also told me the same thing as, this is your DTM speech. Please give a damn good speech. But I don't know whether this is a damn good speech or not. But if today I'm not giving a damn good speech, I already gave it because of the title. So thank you for the idea. But you see, ladies and gentlemen, today my speech is going to be about Jane Chun himself. And if this speech is not a damn good speech, then I am required to do a problem statement to find out how to do a damn good speech. Talking about Jane Chun asking for different requirements throughout my Toastmasters journey, such as giving a damn good speech, such as doing a damn good contest, and also doing a damn good project. Speaking of this project, especially this Distinguished Toastmaster project where I did last week, there is 2 lessons that I took away from Jane Chun. The lesson number 1 is unique and useful. We have shortlisted a few projects. We are going through and thinking, which project shall we go for? And in the end, we picked this Solving Your Challenge project as my DTM project. Why? The reason why we picked this project is because it's convenient to do it in virtual meeting. Yeah, joke aside. But you see, when it comes to Jane Chun, when it comes to project, he always strives for something different because he always expects more, especially on his mentees. I do it. That is why the outing that we do, the elite outing that we do, the team building that we do is unique. And different projects is unique, but it's not as useful as the one that I'm doing last week. And that is why this Solving Your Challenge is unique and useful. Why is it useful? This project is about 4 people getting into one group, and one of them share a problem statement. The other 3 people will give suggestions on how to improve and how to solve that problem. Is it useful? Is it unique? But when we set this project, me and Jane Chun himself, we don't look up to this project. Somehow we got no confidence that this will be good, but we just try. Why not we just try to make it good? And on the day itself, after the event, I found out that all the attendees have given good feedback on the event, which means that it is successful. So that is the first lesson, unique and useful. So lesson number 2 from Jane Chun is professional and flexible. Right after the event, he messaged me saying that, wow, this is a good event. First, like Toastmasters, you have to start with positive language. Then only you back them. Then you tell me, this whole thing is very professional, as I've been doing a lot of projects and it has to be professional. The timing of how I speak and throughout this whole thing. And that is why I was thinking, since my attendees are all close people, why not I save their time? It's very important. So I go straight into the topic. I explain what is this whole thing and I execute the project right away. And Jane Chun was wondering, KJ, if I'm not mistaken, I think you skip your opening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this lesson number 2 from Jane Chun is actually, although you want to be professional, don't forget to also adapt into the situation to see and give the best out of this whole thing. Because opening and closing is very important in every event. Now that I think back, this whole project is tough. Actually, it's a very tough project because in this project, I did not prepare. And if this project, I get different people that is not able to speak up, this whole thing will be everywhere. But actually, what I'm glad and how you guys turn out to be enjoying this project is because I have a very good group of attendees. if you have a group of good people join together and run any events could be good, any events could be nice. Yeah. And that is also thank you to our Toastmasters members. Now, in conclusion, there's 2 lessons from Jinju. Number 1, unique and useful. Whenever you do a project, remember, make it unique, make it useful. Think of how it would help and benefit people when they join the meeting. And through this, I will not waste this activity because I will after that talk to Diane as well to make sure that we will be able to run this into our mentor circle. And of course, each of us mentor through this to our mentees as well. Until you run the event, you will know how interesting this whole thing is. And lesson number 2, be professional and flexible. Adapt to the situation, knowing that what is important, although to stay as professional, but be flexible as well. Opening and closing is very important. And today, in my conclusion, I will add a little bit more is to the message to Jing Chun. Jing Chun, your presence has inspired me to continue in my Toastmasters journey. You have asked me to be a club president. You have asked me to be a club mentor. And of course, area director, and today, distinguished Toastmaster. Now, I have gone through this whole thing with you, and you have been guiding me step by step. Through this whole 5 years of experience, I could really feel what you feel. And this will not stop here. We will continue to bring in to the next generation, pass on the legacy. And here, Ming, remember, you are the DPM that I'm going to target. And before I end my speech, there's a message that I want to give it to Jing Jun. Distinguished Toastmaster Lee Jing Jun, thank you. Over to you.
Congratulations to KJ on completing your distinguished Toastmaster speech. They say in life, sometimes we have to face the fear. That's like just now, KJ was facing the fears of public speaking to deliver one of the most important speeches in his journey to become a better speaker. So let me face my fear by saying, thank you, KJ, for a damn good speech, even though Chen Chun is here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So now let's vote for the best prepared speech today.
All right, we'll be ending in 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone for casting your votes. Now, I would like to pass the stage to the
we have one
general.
more.
Not yet.
Sorry, Ming. We have one more voting. Yeah.
One more voting. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Before that, let's vote for the most improved assignment speaker.
All right, we'll be ending in 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone for your vote. Let's make Toastmaster great again. So now I would like to pass the stage to general evaluators. Diane.
All right, everyone, please give Minwoo a round of applause. And just for the benefit of the guests as well, from Minwoo, he's actually stepping up for the first time to be the Toastmaster of the evening. And it's wonderful to see him step up to this challenge. And he is a natural host in the making. So I do encourage him to come back as a Toastmaster of the evening once more, somewhere in the future as well, just a form of encouragement. For the rest of you, please give yourselves a round of applause for making it to the evaluation session of the evening in the meeting. Just for the benefit of the guests, the evaluation session is where we provide constructive feedback to the members who have performed a role in the meeting. And as you can see, it will be guided through the agenda. And just with that, let us get started with the evaluation for the first speaker, which is Mark. And Mark will be evaluated by Rachel. Please welcome Rachel.
Thank you, Toastmaster Diane. All right, Mark. So for those who don't know, Mark has actually spent 2 days to put together this plan for us. And I think really, Mark, one thing I do like about you is really the amount of effort that you put into preparing for your presentations. It's very rare that we see PowerPoint presentations here in Toastmasters. However, in true spirit of, continuous improvement and learning, right, I would like to provide you with 3 growth areas, which I think would help you a lot. And when I spoke to you earlier, I think there were 2 things you wanted me to look out for, which was what were my impressions of your course and your academy, as well as what were my impressions of your plans. I think the first thing is, from the start itself, I felt a bit distant from you. And I think this really stemmed from the fact that maybe it was the way the presentation started was very academic. It was like, okay, to the point, right? What are the 3 growth challenges? Economic, financial, educational, etc. But I felt that I didn't really get to understand much about you, much about the context of your academy. And I also felt that, it was a bit too fast, too soon. So it would have been nice if there, you would have started with perhaps a story and to introduce yourself as well. The second thing I think is in terms of your content, your storyboard. So when I took a look at your slide flow, right, I did realize that it was a bit confusing and a bit hard to follow. For example, you started off with your growth challenges and then you went to the current economic issues and you went quite deep. And then all in all, I think the main thing you wanted to say was because of all these challenges, right, and business is, English is, one of the key business languages, right? So therefore you must learn in English, right? I felt that the flow was not quite clear, and also coupled with the fact that I think the slides could have been a bit more visual and more clear. Just to give you an example, I think some of your slides were there were a bit too many words. You could probably keep it to just the keywords and then add in more visuals, and really I think maybe the use of more icons, and there's a lot of websites out there now that you can use like flat icon, unsplash, get pictures, and in fact you can even use Canva for ready-made templates, right? And you can just plonk in, they even come up with the titles for you. So yeah, I would suggest really looking into that. So I think all in all, the few things to work on is really how you really coming up with the storyboard, have the audience in mind, who are you speaking to, and really try to empathize from their perspective what they want to hear. Try to be less academic, and then also try to just be more personable with your audience and just have fun. So thank you so much for your sharing today, and that would be that's all I have for you, and all the best For this plan, I'm looking forward to see your reflections from implementing the plan.
Thank you, Rachel, for that evaluation. Everyone, please give her a round of applause for her evaluation. Thanks, Rachel, for sharing on the evaluation. I'll provide my feedback towards the end of the after all the evaluators are done. Please let's welcome our second evaluator for the evening, which is Leonard, who will be evaluating Vanessa's speech. Please welcome Leonard.
Thank you, GE Diane. Ladies and gentlemen, before I evaluate Toastmaster Vanessa's speech today, I actually touched base earlier on with her what she wants me to focus. So she wants me to focus essentially on 2 points. The first is audience engagement. The second is a structure. At first, when I heard this, I thought there might be a need for me to be lenient, but this is completely opposite. I can be the most fussy and the most serious evaluator, and I have to congratulate Toastmaster Vanessa that she, in fact, aced both points, audience engagement and logical structure. And why I say that, I'll elaborate. My first commendation on Toastmaster Vanessa is on the audience engagement. I thought she started well by asking what do we understand by the term 11-11. She asking a question allowed audience to provide input and participate in her speech. And what this does is that whenever audience feel like they have a role to play and they have a stake in the speech, they will tend to have a longer attention span and most importantly, a better engagement. And Toastmasters Vanessa, I felt that she understands that and she utilized a question to increase audience engagement. And secondly, after listening to her speech, I thought that she had a very logical structure. In that, I can ascertain that she tried to start her speech by explaining to us what is 11-11, and following by a second part, a very distinct second part, where she explained to us what do we do, what should we think when we see 11-11. However, I have one small recommendation that I would like to recommend, in that I noticed that Toastmasters Vanessa's speech is a very informative and information-heavy speech. In her speech, she explained 11-11 is a powerful manifester. 11-11 is an auspicious sign or signaling a spirit presence. And lastly, 11-11 is about shopping day. My small recommendation is this: whenever there's an information-heavy speech, it would help if next time you can distill all the heavy load information into a simple take-home message that the audience can digest easily. If you can do that, then you will deliver a crystal clear speech and you will definitely ace it to the maximum. And the third thing I like about Toastmaster Vanessa, one small commendation, is that she used, I noticed that her tone of voice is rather solid and authoritative. And what this does is that she established her credibility in front of the speakers. We understand that she know what she said and she meant what she said. Lastly, in conclusion, I thought Toastmasters Vanessa aced in her audience engagement. She had a logical structure in her speech, and she's able to give an impression to me that she is a very authoritative speaker and she knows what she's saying. One small recommendation that I will give Toastmaster Vanessa to further polish her speech to the maximum is to distill her numerous message into one short sentence that we can digest. Thank you. And back to you, GE Diane.
Thank you, Leonard. A round of applause, please. And next up, we have got our third evaluator, Chen Chun, who will be evaluating KJ's speech. Please welcome Chen Chun.
Thank you very much, KJ. This is my evaluation for your final speech. And I can say that, today KJ really demonstrated what it feels like to truly experience the Toastmasters experience, where you have a mentor that challenges you, a support structure that pushes you, a Toastmasters system that drives your passion. And we all can see how KJ has started as somebody who is all about, if the speaker don't speak, force them to speak lah. What is the ROI? A very hard-headed person to somebody really expressing his vulnerability to each and every one of us. And today, I'm sure that you guys can feel a little bit of vulnerability in KJ. Not sure, is it because of his speech or because he recently got married? That I don't know. But it's something that, as a mentor, I feel very proud of, because, as Asians, we don't like to express, right? The only time we express is after a few rounds of beer, and then we will express a lot. But today, he has took all his skills that he's learned, and he has expressed it in this final speech. So I thank you very much, KJ, for expressing that. It truly means a lot to me. From your speech perspective, I like how you have few anchor keywords like unique and useful, where you keep repeating, and a lot. And I think this you weren't like this last time. You tend to explain, but today you were very sharp, professional and flexible, and you associate it with a personal story relating to a real person within the group, and that kind of elevated the experience. But having said that, there are some points of improvement that I felt it's more of a mindset thing than a skill thing. I noticed you tend to downplay a lot on your achievement, and I don't want you to downplay on your achievement, right? You say that I'm not prepared, it's not useful. I think these are all, it's not a humor, it's just the way you think about the thing. Because whatever you do is good. And don't ever say that I am not prepared, but I have a team to help me prepare. Right? Don't say that. Just take recognition of your work and just give a damn good speech. So in conclusion, right, on this topic of a damn good speech, right after this, KJ actually texted me on WhatsApp and said that I'm not sure whether I meet your standard as a damn good speech, but what I told him is sometimes a damn good speech is not about how impressive you are, it's how expressive you are. And he has learned all his skill to truly express what he truly feels. So my final line for KJ is, I asked you to be a club president, you said yes, right? I asked you to be a mentor, you said yes. I asked you to be an area director, you say yes. And when you asked me out for drinks, never once I said no. I also say yes. And today, as me and Diane, we are waiting at the finishing line, waiting for you to arrive. And today I can tell you, welcome to the Distinguished Toastmasters Club. Welcome to this high level of excellence that we have set for ourselves. And to the rest of the members here, do take this as an inspiration. Find meaning in your mentor-mentee relationship. Find meaning in your Toastmasters experience. Because whatever KJ has experienced today, he has shown that you as well, you can also experience that. So with that, KJ, congratulations. Let's celebrate tomorrow. I will go to your place and let's discuss about how much we have come for 5 years. So with that, thank you very much. And Diane, back to you. And feel free to share more of your thoughts, Diane. I think coming from 2DTM, it will mean a lot to KJ. so Diane, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Chen Chun. KJ, you know how deeply heartfelt I feel. Perhaps in the interest of time, let us have a session after this and I will pour my words of praise to you in a more less non-Toastmaster format lah, huh? And I think you know what that means. Okay, all right, guys, thank you so much for the evaluators. Everyone, please give them a round of applause as well. And from what you've heard, let us launch the poll and you decide who did you think was the best evaluator for the night. Can we launch the poll, please?
All right, so we'll be ending in 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Suwan, for launching the poll. Let's move on to the grammarian report. And we have had Juliana, who has been listening intently to whether we have used the word of the day tonight. And I would have to ask her to be a little bit lenient with us in the usage of the word. So please welcome Juliana.
Thanks, Diane. Thanks for being lenient with everything that you have said today. Very nice session so far, and I'm going to now share the report in a very lenient way. Before I start, can I just ask everyone to unmute your mics and say the word of the day, please? Lenient.
Lenient.
Lenient. Thank you. Thank you very much. So throughout this session, I have noticed some very outstanding use of the language. From James, I'm intrigued with what makes people successful. Vanessa, a few, manifesting your intentions. It's possible that your power of intention can make things happen. And also Vanessa, once I started my journey of self-realization, I became more aware of my surrounding, do so with no attachment with the outcome. And KJ, opening and closing is very important in every event. And Min, in life, sometimes we have to face our fears. And moving on to some sentences or grammatical errors that can be done better. Let's start it off. Could be, let's start off with, be ready of your glass of water. Be ready with your glass of water. If you have not already know, if you don't already know, it will be launched in now. It will be launched now. Congrats for your encouragement. It didn't have a proper context to it. I want to congrats you first. I want to congratulate you first. Sometimes we don't know what we're talking. We don't know what we're talking about sometimes. It's beautiful and excited. It's beautiful and exciting. And lastly, audience engagement should be audience engagement. And very well done, because most pronunciations were said correctly, except for one. Perseverance should be perseverance. And for the usage of the word of the day, we have had two persons who has used it, and I've missed out Diane, who's used it just a while before handing over the mic. So we've got EJ, Diane, and Leonard, who has used the word of the day. So well done, everybody. And that's it from me, Grammarian Report of the Day.
Thank you, Juliana. Round of applause. And she is definitely the champion of the night. She has used the word lenient in so many ways to truly encourage us on using the word of the day. And that is a true grammarian right there. Next, I'd like to welcome our R counter of the evening, who has been tracking us with our filler words. Please welcome our newest member, Matthew, to share his report. Please welcome Matthew.
Hey, good evening, everyone. So I'm back with the report. So these are the filler words used in today's meeting. So, okay. So what we can observe is I found that most of the what's the word called? Unnecessary words such as is found during the unprepared speech. Such as the evaluations and also the initial TTM sessions. And also there are some double clutches also observed in this meeting, such as this, my, I, to, yeah, that's in something like this. Okay, so I think overall is still good, because most of it is under control, especially on the prepared speech. So averagely, I can see everyone is control very well. Congratulations and everyone, and that's all from me. Yeah.
Thank you, Matthew. Now let's welcome our timer, our Mr. Rolex, who has been timing the whole session. How are we going, Mr. Timer? Are you going to do a magic trick for us while we're at it as well? All right, please welcome Iceland.
All right. So I will not share my screen. I have some technical issue. By the way, I will just go through. First of all, I would like to announce the first person, the toast by Oli. He has used 1 minute 30 seconds, and also Minwoo have used a bit overtime on his TME introductions. It was a great introduction, but it was 1 minute extra. He have taken about 11 minutes. So we have our table topic speaker number 1, Leonard, who have used 1 minute and 24 seconds. And our table topic speaker number 2, Chen Chun, which have used 1 minute 25 seconds. And our third table topic speakers, James, we have used 1 minute 48 seconds. And also the fourth speaker, KJ, 1 minute 50 seconds. And the last speaker of the table topic is Juliana, who have used 1 minute and 9 seconds. So moving on for our table topics, evaluator Vance, she have utilized about 5 minutes and 8 seconds for her evaluation. All right, then let us move on to our assignment speaker. First of all, we have Mark Kumshi. So Mr. Mark, you have used exactly 7 minutes. So well done on your timing, very good. So our next speakers, Vanessa Yap, she have used 6 minutes and 46 seconds. Also well done. So our third speakers, KJ Lee, who has used 7 minutes 38 seconds. And let us move on to our evaluator. So first evaluator, Rachel Ling, you has used 4 minutes and 10 seconds. And then second evaluator, Leonard, you have used 3 minutes and 80 seconds. And the third evaluator, Chen Chun, you have used 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And also for those who have just who have done the report just now, grammarian report by Juliana, you have used around 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And also R counter, our by Matthew, who have used 1 minute and 7 seconds. That's all for my report. And back to you, Diane.
Thank you, Aislon, for that report and making us look at. I was actually looking at the agenda as you were explaining the timing for it. So thank you for that. All right, with that, let us move into the GE report. So for the benefit of the guests, as mentioned, as the general evaluator, my role is to evaluate all the other roles which have not been evaluated. Just to get us started, we had our president, who was also our sergeant at arms of the day. Thank you, Suhan, for stepping in to be the Zoom master, our sergeant at arms. A sign of humility. Not only do you do the groundwork and not only do you do the presidential speech, you do both to ensure that the meeting is being run. And just a congratulations to everyone. We are currently at 9:46 and we started on time and we have gone through smoothly within time. And that is also part of the makings of a quality club right here. So clearly we expected more for this meeting. So well done, everyone. So give yourselves a round of applause. We also had our toast ceremony, which was done by Ollie. And Ollie, thank you for sharing your toast. And also kudos to you for actually applying what you had learned from your workshop and applying it into how you were going to share your speech. And I thought that was done beautifully. You did, before I begin, that took, I have to admit, I truly agree. It actually took a little bit of the edge off, and then you brought yourself into that story, and then you shared your toast. My suggestion to Ollie, for when he delivers his toast the next time, perhaps to also guide the audience when he wants us to toast together with him. He did say raise our glasses, perhaps to get us all to unmute, to join him into his phrase that he shared, or perhaps just to even get us to say cheers all together, because that's usually what a toast is all about, to bring that togetherness, especially with our voices together. However, thank you, Ollie, for stepping up to this. I look forward to your next story and perhaps also your next toast in the future. And next we had Min Woo. Min Woo, I'm always speechless with either laughter or I actually am speechless for words to express how I feel when you are always on stage. There is a sense of warmth and definitely a humor that is relatable and sometimes unthinkable, but yet relatable. And that is the mind-boggling part about Min Woo I've always appreciated, and that he brought on as a host and as a Toastmaster. And the way he has broken the ice, as most Toastmasters do, he has demonstrated that perfectly. I applaud him for stepping up to doing this. My challenge to Min Woo as the host for the evening, perhaps not only to also break the ice, but to also make sure the agenda is kept in check. Some things as well, maybe just to take note, when there is even a long introduction for the speaker's title, respect the speaker's title and actually say the whole thing out, even though repeating it may sound like it's going to take another minute longer, but we always respect the speaker's title because this is something they came up with. And as the host, we are the host, they are the star. Let's make them feel comfortable when we're out there. So that's just my challenge to Min Woo. However, keep up with that smooth transition of providing commentaries throughout each session to get us all looking forward to the next session. Thank you for that, Min Woo. And next we had EJ. EJ, thank you for sharing on the table topics. The topics today were clearly challenging, and it did spark a little bit of all the speakers trying to think on how they should tackle this topic. My challenge to EJ is to maybe just take note of some of the members today that actually did not have a role. Perhaps to have picked someone like Hasno or Mingyan. Maybe not Mingyan because he's still has to watch his boon, but perhaps Hasno because I was actually watching to see whether he would actually be picked. So maybe just to give members who don't have a role priority first, and then after that, go for the members who would like to volunteer, and then move on to the guests as well to make them feel comfortable. However, EJ, creative as always, and I like the way as a leader, EJ promoted some encouragement and perhaps some techniques as well on how to tackle table topics as he went along. So that is a form of encouragement that I enjoyed, particularly from EJ tonight. For Vance, thank you for sharing an evaluation and at the same time suppressing your cough to make sure that we all could understand what you were trying to share to the speakers. Thank you for sharing on that. Your evaluation this round, even though it's a little bit shorter than usual, I noticed that it was to the point what you noticed. And that for a speaker, if I was a speaker as well, there are certain things that I could take away from your evaluation. And one of the things I would challenge Vance next is keep the evaluation personal. What did you notice? What did you hear? How did you feel? I felt, I noticed, I heard. So these are the things that you perhaps could share in your next evaluation, because after all, it's all about personal opinion. Thank you for stepping up for this role, Vance, and actually attending the meeting, even though you're in a situation which to me requires a lot of rest. So thank you for that, Vance. Next, we have our evaluators, Rachel. Rachel is always stepping up to evaluating, and this round, one of the things that I appreciated as far as an evaluator was that she actually touched base with the speaker before the meeting to ask the speaker what is it that they would like to be evaluated on. And that's one of the first and foremost things being an evaluator, asking the speaker, what is it that you would like me to look out for in your speech as you deliver it? And I thought that is brilliant plan evaluator 101 right there. My challenge to Rachel, she had a lot of specific improvements that she wanted to share with Mark, perhaps because of the time constraint that we have in our evaluations, to actually pick one, because I noticed that she was very specific in elaborating her improvements, perhaps to also leave one main point and save the rest for a written evaluation, because after all, we would like the speaker to come back again to focus on one thing, improve on that one thing, and then move on to the next thing. So this is where the written evaluation helps to play the part as well. However, thank you, Rachel. As always, there's something for us to take away and learning from you as well when you step up to this role. Leonard is a very succinct, structured evaluator. I was like, oh, there'll be one, there'll be two. He had the hand transitions, and then there's commendation and ascertain. So whenever I listen to Leonard, I always do listen a little bit further, because there's a sense of authority when he's speaking and when he's sharing his evaluation. My challenge to Leonard as well, perhaps to watch the impact on saying that we as the audience, because not necessarily what you felt is what I felt when I heard the speech. So to always keep that personal opinion when describing an improvement or even describing a praise. And my second challenge to Leonard is to perhaps watch out for words, especially when he has said a praise and then he goes, however. So it sort of dismisses all the praises that he has said before, perhaps to just give a pause. What's next? Changed to different word choices. What's next? My next challenge to you as the speaker. And then from there, begin with the improvements that he would like to share. But thank you, as always, Leonard. You are an excellent speaker, and I always look forward to your word choices and the word plays that you sometimes have as well in your evaluations. Thank you for that, Leonard. And Chen Chun. Chen Chun is a dear evaluator, and for this it's an extreme challenge for him as well, because not only was he evaluating from an objective perspective, but he was also evaluating from a mentor perspective, and he was also evaluating from a beer buddy perspective. So there was a lot of roles that he had to include when he was trying to evaluate the speech. And I thought both speaker and evaluator were giving heartfelt gratitude in what they were saying, and both definitely displayed some form of vulnerability on what they have achieved together. My challenge to Chen Chun when suggesting to KJ about him downgrading himself and telling him he shouldn't downgrade himself, perhaps is to share what is the impact if KJ were to constantly downgrade himself and not appreciating the credit that he also has put in achieving his distinguished Toastmaster. What would have been the impact to him eventually, and perhaps also to the audience? So something along the lines of tackling a little bit more into that anchor and hook aspect of what is it that he wanted to share at the end of this. But thank you, Chen Chun. Not a moment of listening to you always. There is always some form of encouragement, and certainly the celebrations will bring a lot more than just encouragement and merriment, I'm sure. Okay, and next we have our grammarian's report, Juliana, and she has been lenient with us. She took note of all the, how many times we had said she did listen throughout from her report, you could see. My challenge to Juliana, perhaps to tell us what's the importance of learning a word like lenient? What's the benefit for me to learn a new word, vocabulary, and where can I use it? Perhaps to apply it in my next speech or even just my daily conversations, and that's how you increase vocabulary. So perhaps as a grammarian, to always remind us what is the benefit of the role, or perhaps even just for you, what you've learned from the role, just to share with the members as well on the benefits of doing a listening role like this as well. But thank you for the report. It was in detail and clearly your listening skills are fantastic. For Matthew, thank you, Matthew. Congratulations for stepping up for the role for the first time and sharing with us on the report. And you shared the screen, showed us and what you noticed, and told us what it is we can do from here. And clearly you even was able to categorize it. So that's well done in that sense for listening. Just my challenge to you, Matthew, maybe before you start anything, when you get up here, begin with a salutation first. This helps to ease the nervousness. So just start off first. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today I'll be presenting the R counter report. Start off that way and then show your report so that sort of, because the salutation will distract you from what you're feeling, and that sort of evens things up. However, keep going and you'll see that you'll be able to master your butterflies or the nervousness that you may be feeling. Okay, and we have Sloan. Sloan, thank you for sharing the timers report, and we kept well within time. I'm sorry, I can't really see you at the moment, but I think I've gone over time as well. So thank you for keeping time and sharing with us, possibly as a leader also to highlight to us why is it that today everything went well on time? Is it because we had a shorter session, or perhaps today is a situation where we have less members, and that's why the meeting is going a bit quicker than usual, or what could it be? There's always something for us to look at from an objective point of view, and also as an encouragement point of view. We get to finish early and we get to socialize a little bit longer with each other. So thank you for that. That is my GE report, and I thank you all once more. And I've said thank you so many times. This is my repetitive word that I'll be saying for the night. But as always, it's been an honor. And I pass back the floor to our Toastmaster of the evening.
Dan, can we vote for the outstanding role player?
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. And can we please vote for the outstanding role player first? Yeah.
Yeah, please vote, and don't have to vote GE. GE is excluded. Thank you. Because we know Diane is always awesome. All right, so I'll be ending the poll in 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Okay, let's pass back the stage to Minwoo. Thank you, Minwoo.
Thank you, Diane. So now it's time for us to know who is the winner for today. But bear in mind that it is not about who wins or who loses. It is all about the feedback. Even the feedback is lenient, but it is still feedback after all. It still helps in one way or another. If you win, it shows that you are doing something right. Just keep it up. If you don't win, no problems. Look back at the evaluations that you get and see what you can improve. Remember, no grit, no purr, no multi. And let me, all right. So for the best table topic speaker, drum roll, please. And the winner is.
We have 2 winners.
And Chen Chun. Both.
Oh my God.
Can someone help me to take photo? Iceland, can you do that? Sorry, I'll be spotlighting KJ. Oh, KJ is driving. It's okay.
Sorry, yeah, driving. Thank
No
you.
problem. No problem. I'll Photoshop in later on.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Congratulations to KJ and Chen Chun. And now for the best prepared speech. Drum roll, please. And the winner is KJ Lee. Congratulations, KJ.
KJ driving. It's okay.
Well done, KJ.
Macam
Thank
yes.
you.
Don't cry.
KJ driver. Don't look at the screen.
Don't cry and drive. And the most improved speaker, drum roll, please. And the winner is Vanessa. Congratulations, Vanessa.
Thanks all.
All right, got it.
All right. And the most valuable evaluations, drum roll, please. And the winner is Rachel. Congratulations, Rachel.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, and got it.
All right, and the last prize for today, the outstanding role players. Drum roll, please. And the winner is myself. Thank you, everyone.
3,
All right.
2, 1, and okay.
Thank you. Okay, now I would like to give back the stage to the presidents for the closing remark. So
Thank
this
you.
one, yeah.
Thank you, Mingvu. Thank you so much. And how is it, guys? Are you enjoying Mingvu hosting and roasting? Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you, Mingvu. I was looking forward for your TME since last month when you volunteered yourself. I mean, good job, kudos, and congratulations for the best outstanding role player. And before I go into my closing speech, perhaps I would like to ask our guest, or perhaps Arifa. Arifa, since you don't have the opportunity, maybe just tell us what's the feedback of the meeting? What did you see? What is your take home things? Would you like to share with us?
Thank you for the opportunity. I don't have a thing to say about it, but it was fun, and yeah.
Thank you. The most important thing is you enjoy, and do come back next meeting and volunteer for the table topic. Yeah. Looking forward for that. And we have our next guest, James. James, thanks for staying.
Hi, yeah. I think it was really awesome to hear all the speeches, and yeah, I really like the community here. It's really friendly and supportive, and everyone's like, you know, giving very constructive feedback to each other. And I think it's a great place to grow ourselves. And yeah, thanks for having me. And yeah, looking forward to come back and join you guys again.
Thank you, James. You're more than welcome. Just have the chat with Ashley. And do we still have guests, or that's it? Oh, that's it. Okay. So we have come to an end for today's meeting, and perhaps I would like to give some of the shout out again to some of our members' achievement. First up is, who is that person? Oh, Ashu. Ashu is not here. He completed his dynamic leadership level 1. Ooh, it's not easy to complete level 1. You have to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 speeches and 1 evaluation. So congratulations, Ashu. And I received a level 2 approval. Are you completed level 2, Juliana? Or almost there?
Yes, I have.
Oh, congratulations, level 2, Juliana. And last but not least, our distinguished Toastmaster, or to be, KJ Lee. Oh, I know you're driving, but come on, it's such a... Hi, KJ. Yeah, you can unmute, but don't get the screen.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Are you still driving?
Yeah, almost
Drive
reaching.
safe.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we will have a separate party for you. Don't worry on that. Okay, it will be announced soon on December. Just check out on our WhatsApp group. And lastly, for tonight meeting, I mean, that sentence keep roaring in my head. Is like, sometimes you have to be the lion so that you can be the lamb that you want to be. I think it's just like this sentence, no grit, no pearl. Grit and pearl perhaps is up to our own definitions and up to our own interpretations. So some people view this as pearl, but some people view this is not pearl. So it's really up to you to define what is the lion in you and what's the lamb in you. For me, is here in this community, you have the chance, you have the platform, and you have the resources, the mentors, the friends to help you to become who you truly want to be, so that you can achieve excellence in your professional and your personal life. And that has been shown by KJ. I mean, he chose tonight meeting to to complete his DTM, because tonight meeting, I believe, is 168. KJ is a good number. Yellow fat, yellow fat. And that shows the excellency that KJ has been pursued, and that really inspired us to pursuing the same path, the same, not for the sake of the title, but rather the journey to be enjoyed. And with that, I would like to end our meeting. But one last announcement. This Saturday, our international speech and evaluations. I have received a lot of participant lists. I will post it up tomorrow. And we are not going on live Facebook, but rather we'll record it again for our internal quality purposes. And do join us, do keep it out in our WhatsApp group, and I will share more info over there. It's 2:30 to 5:30, both international speech and evaluations. So keep a look on that. And with that, Mingyan, can you speak any more announcement? No? Good. With that, I would like to call our meeting to an end. And as usual, we have our chilling session after this. So do stay back if you want to say something or just chill out. Bye-bye.